This is a quick performance installation video for K10715, a small block alt power steering with the Type 2 power steering pump. We're going to start with some pre-assembly. We're going to take our 3/8 by 5 inch bolts and place them where shown here. The lowermost gets this 3/4 inch diameter, and then we're going to take our 2-inch tubes and load up the bracket like so. And this should go on just like that there. And then we take our shorter, we're ready to install it on the cylinder head. We're going to install into the cylinder head in these two uppermost, and then the second one up on the lower side there. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to leave these finger tight. Okay, we'll snug these down a little bit more, but like I said, right now we're going to tighten these up and go ahead and take them into a torque sequence. Nothing else needs to be installed on this bracket. These are 3/8 bolts. We're going to torque those to 25 foot-pounds. All right, we're going to go ahead and torque these to 25 foot-pounds. Just these three that go into the block and cylinder head. It's going to square our bracket up to the engine. And next step, we'll install this idler pulley right here. All right, we're ready to install the idler here. There's a 12mm bolt in your kit. We are going to install it from behind, and then we're going to load the idler mount and the idler pulley, and then a 12mm flange nut. Now the flange nut has a nice engagement onto the surface of the bearing here, whereas the points here can dig in and maybe damage your bearing. 12mm bolt, we're going to torque that to 50 foot-pounds. We're ready to install the alternator. We're going to start by putting our 3/8 bolt through here to capture it so it can hold the weight. We'll rotate it down here and install our 8mm bolt into here. We have a washer and a nut to go on the back side. Now, if you are using our reservoir kit, it will use this same bolt and nut here. 3/8 bolt, 25 foot-pounds, 8mm bolt, 15 foot-pounds. We're going to install the power steering pump now. There's windows on the power steering pulley to allow you access actually to the threaded mounts. We're just going to get this started here. 8mm bolt going in there. I like to go for the middle one. That way when I get it threaded and started, it actually holds the pump in place while I grab the other bolts and get them going. We'll go ahead after we get these all installed and torque them to 15 foot-pounds. We're ready to install the belt. Now, the belt length will be slightly different if you're using the P-Series power steering as opposed to the Type 2 power steering like we have on this one here, but just follow the installation instructions. It has a recommended belt length for you. Just make sure it's down and all the pulleys there. We're going to take our 3/8 drive here, drop this down. It should be such that a single person can put this on, but I will say that we do want a pretty tight fit. So we'll take a look at this here when we let go. Once again, make sure that we're down in all the grooves, and we're going to take a look here at these tensioner marks. We do our best to give you the belt recommendations. It's going to be right the first time, but each belt is slightly different. And so what we really want you to do is take a look at these maximum and min marks right here. This is where the tensioner goes through it. And we're going to want this on the tight side because as a belt wears, it's going to stretch slightly. Also, it's going to sit down deeper into the grooves, effectively making it longer. So we want to make sure that we're on probably this half of tight. The pump we sell in-house does require a remote reservoir, and so we did develop a bracket. If we take off the nut here on the back of the alternator bracket, and then there's a hole here, our bracket simply slides on like so, and you use a 10mm down here, a 3/8 up here. You can talk to the engineer about why he did that. And then we'll be able to mount the reservoir onto here. Next, we're going to load up our reservoir bracket with our 20mm 10mm bolts. Put the bolts on the back. We are now ready to install the reservoir. It has a set of these tabs that slide just right on there. We've gone ahead and installed the hose to go down there. I find it's easier to get the hose on there and then slide this over like so. You might trim it to fit however you want. I like a little bend, not too much where it kinks, and then you'll just slide the provided bands down and tighten those up. Thank you for watching this quick performance installation video. If you have any questions or concerns about your install, please reach out to us via email or give us a phone call. And if you want to share any pictures of your installation with us or any ways that you think we can improve our product, we want to hear from you. Thanks.